This is the bespoke wetsuit that I've been talking about on our social media for the last couple of weeks. Everyone knows that I've been quite particular about the gear that I use while spearfishing. This wetsuit here I've been R&Ding for the last 4 years. We've gone through various versions and iterations of the suit. So this version here I'm really happy with where it is. There was no intention to bring the suit to market. There was just a custom suit for me. But over the season I had a lot of people asking about it and all the different features and things, and people asking how they can get their hands on one. I was saying, well, you can't, because if we're going to get a bulk order and there has to be a minimum order quantity, and this is where the Kickstarter campaign comes in. The supply needs a minimum order of 300 of these suits at least to bother making any more than just the single ones that we've been getting. If the community wants to get involved and help us with this project, then I think it can be a reality. We've decided to do the campaign in July because it looks like they will arrive, all things going well, for summer. It is a delayed gratification purchase. We're going to reflect that in the cost of these suits in the Kickstarter campaign. So we can't order 10, we can't order 100, we can't even order 150. We have to hit that 300 mark. So this is a real grassroots, community-driven Kickstarter to get this product out to the people. So we obviously don't have the capital or the capacity to go out and buy tons of these suits. Right now what we're looking at is only 5mm suits, because each different type of suit has a different minimum order quantity. If people see value in the product, it'd be really cool to see you guys wearing them. I'm just going to go over the suits and a few features that we've implemented into them. So this model of Aquatic Rehab Spearfishing suit is called the Hybrid. We'll start at the top here. So we've added a jugular panel and a panel at the back of at the top of the neck, which encourages head flexibility, and you don't get a sore and stiff neck, and you can look and move around a lot easier. Obviously we've got latex dots on the seams. We've got these GripTech anti-slip panels. We've got 3 of them. We've got one on the back of the head that helps with the mask and also your GoPros and things like that. And we have 2 on the sides, so they help to hold the weight belt there and stop the weight belt from slipping. All of our logos are actually like a dark carbon. A lot of fish use UV and polarizing light. You can look further into that, but we didn't want big flashy logos, particularly if you're down and you're hunting fish like snapper and stuff like that, and you're inside the kelp and they might be coming past you on the sides or whatever. We just wanted something really understated. I didn't want to sacrifice hunting ability for showiness here. We've got a small utility pouch on the arm that you can use for a whole variation of things. The protective elbow pads actually stretch all the way down to the wrist for crawling over rock and kinner and sharp shells and things like that. So it's just stronger through that area. You don't end up getting tears through that area. And if you're down underneath the kelp and you happen to land on a kinner or push a kinner in an area with a lot of urchins, this is really handy. We use the same material actually on the bum pad. So when you're up sitting on rocks and things like that, that's actually really strong. Obviously it's got the Snapper Skeleton Aquatic Rehab logo, established in 2009 on it. We have a genuine Kevlar Loading Pad here. The wetsuits are made out of genuine Yamamoto 39 limestone as opposed to petroleum. There's a bunch of reasons why you choose limestone over petroleum, including for skin health and also sustainability. Far better than the Chico, the cheap rubbers and stuff like that. Whenever you're buying a wetsuit, it always pays to look at what the neoprene is made out of, because that's one of the most important factors, also what drives the cost of the suit. So the long johns are strapless. This is because I completely refuse to use straps. They put pressure down on the lungs, pull on the shoulders. If you're out in the middle of the ocean for 6 hours and you need to go to the toilet, this is far easier to deal with. We have ambidextrous knife pouches on each side, and also you can put your dive torches in one or do whatever you want there. We have a extended knee pad that goes all the way from the knee down to the ankle. When you're landing on all fours in under kelp, it's really good to have protection through those areas. I've had it in the past where I've had kinners go in there and I've ended up in hospital with a toxic poisoning from them. We have more articulated panel design in behind the knee joint there, just to allow for more movement and flexibility. The 2 safety strips here, these are really good for your dive buddy. Obviously we don't have the big flashy sort of logos on the back, so what we do is put our safety strips here so that your spotter can see you. And obviously white glows in water, and especially in sun, and in green water you get like a glowing haze around it. So I found these to be really, really good just for peace of mind, so that your dive buddy knows where you are when you go down. And finally, the camo design. I've always preferred to use blacks. You know, I've been filming underwater for a very long time and hunting some really tricky species. In New Zealand, I've found that using blacks has allowed me to get a lot closer to snapper. A few of our older iterations of the suit, we used a digi that was a bit brighter, and a few other models, and I found this one here to be far better. I'm not sure if it's because of fish seeing with polarizing and UV light, how they view a wetsuit and how easily they catch onto it in different scenarios, but I've just found it to be better. We designed our own custom camouflage that's based off a tactical black camouflage, just to help match shadows, and you appear more like a ray or something natural in the environment. It's almost impossible to match greens and blues and things like that. If you take all the greens out of a scene, you'll find out that it's only about 28% of a scene, and the rest of it is sort of shadows and highlights. So that's why I've gone for that. As I said before, it's quite understated, but I really like it. You know, it's taken a long time to get it to where I want it to be. And, you know, I think it'd be really cool to see people in the community wearing it. We've had really good feedback on the polls and things like that, so it'll be interesting to see how the campaign goes. But we do have to hit that 300, otherwise we won't be able to get it out to people. So it's sort of now in the hands of the community, and we'll get a pretty good idea if it's a product that people want to get into, and a project that people want to get involved in. So yeah, I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, we have our contact details below on this Kickstarter campaign.